Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. Boxing, you find a way to win, or you find a way to lose. Canelo Alvarez is getting ready to fight Dmitry Bivol. Okay, Canelo, look, he's the biggest star in boxing right now. No argument there. He doesn't take any days off. He's a great example of what an athlete who's dedicated to their craft looks like. But I don't see how people are just not giving Dmitry Bivol a chance in this light heavyweight matchup with Canelo. You know, they have weight classes for a reason, okay? And Dmitry Bivol is not Kovalev. Dmitry Bivol can fight. He has quick hands, heavy hands. He throws combinations. He'll throw 3 shots to your head, come down to your body, and back up 3, 4 shots to your head. Dmitry Bivol is extremely talented. So I don't see how you cannot give him a chance. True, Bivol has been hurt by Joe Smith. He has. He got hit with the overhand right at the end of the round. Punch probably should have never happened, but it was like, you know, right at the bell, after the bell. But Bivol was hurt. He didn't get clipped on the chin. He got clipped like on the top of his head. And if you ever been hit in the top of your head with a shot like that, I have not. But I've seen it happen, and from watching boxing, you see it happen quite often. It messes your legs up, man. It messes your body up. And Bivol was in bad shape. Had that shot landed on his chin, and he stood up to that, then we can talk about how great of a chin he has. But I do think he has a pretty good chin. But Canelo has been hurt too. See, a lot of people don't remember. See, because Canelo's been fighting for so long, and he's so far removed from the fight that when Canelo almost got stopped. You guys know which fight I'm talking about? Sorry, I just ate something. You know what fight I'm talking about? It's the Cotto fight. Not Miguel Cotto. Jose Cotto. Cotto's older brother. Y'all remember that? Caught him in the exchange. Cotto was out on his feet. I don't know how the hell Cotto withstood those punches. Then they started exchanging again, and Cotto's knees buckled again. And Cotto was dancing. Not Cotto, Canelo got hit again. His knees buckled. Canelo it was no Viva Mexico at that moment. It was more, Puerto Rico, because Canelo was dancing salsa, he was dancing bachata, he was dancing merengue. Canelo was a Puerto Rican for about 25 seconds, and he was lucky to get out of that fight. But Canelo has gone back, and he's just evolved as a fighter. That's why Canelo is the betting favorite. You watch Canelo, man, this man is up and down weight classes like a roofer on a ladder. He just one weight class to the next, just picking off champions. And it doesn't matter if you think he's picking off the best of the best. The fact is he's clipping champions. You don't become a champion. Well, hold on. Yeah, because Charles Martin became a champion, and he probably should have never ever had that heavyweight title. But you don't just become a champion by luck. But it did happen with Charles Martin, so I don't know if I can say that. But these guys Canelo are fighting. They weren't Charles Martins of heavyweight divisions. These guys could actually, they had good reputations, great records, and they can actually fight. Canelo just proved since fights like with Cotto, talking about Jose Cotto, since fights with Mayweather, in every single fight he goes back, He doesn't take any days off. You're always working. And Eddie Reynoso is the combinations he has Canelo throwing are just, it's just beyond comprehension. It's hard to sit back and conjure up those kind of combinations. And that has really helped Canelo take his fighting game beyond the next level. And he just seems to keep getting better and better. But how long will Canelo keep pushing along, coming in behind the high guard? You saw Ryan Garcia try it. It looked foolish, trying to come behind the high guard, fighting the African fighter. He's not Canelo. Canelo, him and his high guard, walked Caleb Plant down. What it did to Billy Joe Saunders. And Billy Joe Saunders landed some good shots. But we know with Caleb Plant, he has respectable power, but he's not a heavy hitter. So, and Caleb Plant was getting shots through that Canelo guard. He was hitting them. He just didn't hit hard enough to make Canelo stop and think twice about coming forward with that high guard. And that Sergey Kovalev bout, not really sure what the hell happened there. But Kovalev, you figured Kovalev was just coming off of clipping the guy from Colombia. Something Durr. Can't remember his first name, but the guy from Colombia. He had just got finished. He lost him. He got knocked out by him. Edgar, I think was his name. But he came back after that, and then he gave him the business. Then he goes into a fight with Canelo and just folds. Like, that's not the same Kovalev we saw come back and fight this guy. So, I'm not sure about what happened in that fight. We'll give Canelo the benefit of the doubt, say he was a better fighter, he landed a harder shot. But with a guy like Bivol, Canelo can't just come in there behind the high guard. Bivol's going to let his hands go. He hits hard, and he's confident in himself. And the difference with a guy like Bivol and these other fighters is he's not trying to float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. He's setting his feet. He's standing flat-footed, and he's letting his shots go. So if Canelo's going to try to walk down the bigger man, the more powerful man, I think he's just going to be in for a rude awakening. Now, don't come ripping me in the comments saying I'm picking Bivol to win. What I'm saying is we're wrong if we're just counting him out. I think Bivol is going to hurt Canelo in that fight. Doesn't mean he's going to win, but I think he's going to hurt him. If Canelo thinks he can just come in behind that high guard. That high guard is highly effective against the right opponent. Bivol isn't he's not the opponent for that high guard. Canelo's going to have to move that head more, and he does. Canelo does everything great, man. Head movement, upper body movement, angles, combinations. It's when you watch him let his hands go, it's just amazing to see the combinations he rattles off and his reflexes. And that's just from repetition. He's been doing it for so long. It's just instinctively he does things. And that's just from training, muscle memory. But I just think we're going against Bivol. If you haven't watched his highlights, Bivol can fight. There's a reason why he's 19 wins, 11 knockouts. But when you look at Canelo Alvarez and how many fights Canelo Alvarez has had, he's 57 wins, 1 loss. We know, everyone knows Mayweather clipped him, 39 KO. So it's a competitive matchup. It is. But I just think Canelo it's right that he's the favorite to win, but it's wrong to think he's just going to come in there and blow Bivol out. I just don't see that. I really think, I don't know how Canelo's going to approach this fight, but if he decides he's just going to come and just try to walk him down, I don't think that's going to work in his favor. You got to look at the pedigree of these guys. Plus, Bivol is fighting for something different. Okay, he wants to win. He wants to be great. Canelo wants to keep being great. He's all about legacy. Canelo's not about the money. If it was about the money to Canelo, he'd be doing crossover bouts. He'd be fighting MMA guys. Probably make $100 million. Like, the money is the opportunities are endless if he does crossover bouts. But he's not doing that. Strictly boxing, moving up and down the weight classes, picking off champions, cementing his legacy as the best Mexican fighter ever, surpassing Julio Cesar Chavez. But Bivol has something bigger to fight for. There's a lot going on out there between Russia and Ukraine. Bivol doesn't talk about the politics because he just feels it's not the place for it. But he's torn from Russia, but got friends and family in Ukraine, and it's affecting him. So I think when he gets in that ring, he's going to bring that with him. And I think if he does beat Canelo, or if the fight ends up in a draw, when he gets that camera put in front of him, he's going to seize that opportunity, that platform, to say something about what's going on. I think he will. Because when you look at his ordeal and the opportunity he has in front of him, like this is a monumental moment for him. If the stars line up and he defeats Canelo, I mean, he may be able to say something and get the right person's attention and affect change. And he's also very appreciative to be in this position. And I think Bivol is going to fight his heart out because he was able to avoid his purse being sanctioned or them preventing him from fighting because he's Russian with all the sanctions there that have been imposed on that country. So after this fight, he doesn't know what's going to happen next. But there are a lot of people frowning upon him being able to fight because of what's going on between Ukraine and Russia. So Bivol is bringing a lot more into this fight than Canelo. And I just think it's a great opportunity for Bivol to come and show the world why he's special. And I think he's going to be fueled by everything that's been going on the last few months. And I think he's going to show up in the ring. But at the same time, Canelo Alvarez is no joke. The man, look, Canelo stands 5'8", his reach is 70 inches. Bivol is about 6 feet tall, and his reach and Canelo reach is about the damn same. So it's not that Bivol is going to have a reach advantage. He has a height advantage. He doesn't have the speed advantage. Power, verdict is out on that. We'll find out come fight night, but he doesn't really have that many advantages going into this fight, except for the advantages that Canelo's going to give him in the ring come fight night, which would be just thinking he can put up that high guard and walk the bigger man down. That to me is a suicide mission. Canelo might as well strap a damn bomb to his chest and just run into the ring and just blow himself up. Because that's what's going to happen if he comes running in there towards Bivol with his high guard up. Bivol's going to detonate a damn stick of dynamite in his face. And it's a suicide mission. But I don't think Canelo's going to be stupid. He's too intelligent, too smart, and he's going to have a great game plan like he always does. But I'm very interested in seeing the fight. But I just think Bivol should be given a little more credit and a little more respect as a champ in his amateur pedigree than what he's receiving. It's almost like they're treating him like a Kovalev, they're treating him like a Billy Joe Saunders, they're treating him like a Caleb Plant. Bivol's not going to be in it first. And he speaks pretty good English. And Saul is speaking pretty good English, but Bivol's not going to be in the ring asking him what he thinks about his skills. Bivol's not doing that. Bivol's in there trying to punch you in the face. So I still can't believe Caleb Plant was in there having that conversation. But going forward, we just have to give Bivol a fighting chance. He's a great fighter, great hands, heavy hands, and I think he hurts Canelo in this fight. If Canelo comes in with that high guard, man, that can only take him so far. He's gonna have to, and then with a puncher like this, he's gonna have to figure something out. He is. I just don't think he's gonna keep getting away with walking guys down like that. He's now fighting a legit big man with legit big man power, with, I wouldn't even say a legit big man chin, who's coming to use all of his big man advantages to clip Canelo and catapult himself beyond the stratosphere to money, the fame, and everything, and history and legacy. But let's see if he can do it. I personally think he will be able to do it. But it's just not going to be easy unless Canelo makes it easy on him. People, listen, I think the high guard can only get Canelo so far, and it depends on the fighter he has in front of him. And I don't think Bivol is a guy. He needs to be coming in there with that damn high guard. He needs to be moving around, be a bit more clever. Can't just stand in front of him static. That's a recipe for disaster. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. Appreciate your support. You guys keep safe. It's getting late. I'm out of here. Shout out to all the veterans. I'm in the breeze.